Hi,
Hey,
welcome to the 5th episode of PodCoping.
and the first filmed one.
Filmed?
Filmed.
Yeah, man. We're like making a makeshift studio out of the dining table.
Got some set dressing going on.
So yeah,
Your N64 is really dusty.
it's super dusty. I haven't used this in a long time, and when I moved it, I probably should have dusted it off.
Nah,
but,
it's
you know.
fine. Now it's a prop. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Exactly, it's decoration. But yeah, super psyched to be here. This is the first episode of the podcast where we're actually together, so that's fun. But yeah, it'll hopefully make it a little bit more exciting for you to watch if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you if you're downloading it and subscribing it on iTunes and SoundCloud. We
Thanks.
appreciate that too, but you won't be able to see us. But you know, head over onto YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, got some stuff going on. You can see
Yeah.
me do this. You don't know what that is if it's the audio one.
But yeah, it's great to be here.
Isn't
so
it?
let's get on with the show.
Okay, I didn't click start on the timer.
No, it's fine.
Wow.
Timer is like tertiary right now. All right, so we're gonna open the show with the way we always open it. Your non-gaming topic.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'm always prepared for that.
Yeah.
So, thought it might be fun, since I am a depressed retail worker, just to run through a couple of the stories from my retail days.
Story time.
From what I have to deal with day to day. So I work in an unnamed gardening chain, and I work predominantly on the customer service desk. So when people have complaints, they come to me, which is spectacular. So
It's the best job.
it is. So I think I'll start off on Sundays. In England, we have Sunday trading laws, which like you can only trade for 6 hours in a day. So like some stores get around it by like opening up a bit earlier for people to browse, and then they open up like half an hour after they've properly opened, and then people can buy shit. I don't know. But on Sundays we open at 10 for browsing and 10:30 for buying stuff. This woman comes up to the doors at 9:30 while I'm trying to like get on with my morning jobs, like brushing outside the front and getting rid of bins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Can we come in yet?" And I'm like, "No, sorry, we're shut at the moment." And she goes, "Well, I came in at this time last month." And I went, "It probably wasn't a Sunday then, because we're not open that early on a Sunday." She's like, "Yes, you are. It was a Sunday and I came in for my coffee." And I was like, "You didn't. I've worked here for 3 years. You've not. You're lying." And she's like, "No, I came in last month for a coffee at 9 a.m. So you have to let me in." And I was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And she's like, "Well, I'll be complaining to your head office." And I'm like, "You can complain to the government. I didn't make Sunday trading laws a thing." And this woman was like, "Whoa." This woman was real pissed off at me. Like her husband was just kind of stood there, and she was clearly being like unreasonable, but he just
Yeah.
was not doing anything to like
That's
step in.
hilarious.
And like, yeah, people are like that. Even if it's like not your fault, if it's the law, people still get like angsty about it.
It's because people have like a really bad understanding of like I feel like when they go into a shop, they're arguing laws with people who are just doing their job or like are being told to do something
Yeah,
like
and
by the
also,
law.
if you want to argue laws with me, square up, mate. Because I know the law, because I work in retail and have done for 3 years. So
it's
I
like people when the 5p bag charge was introduced, people like argued with you about that, didn't they?
yeah, okay. So the 5p bag charge gets me, and it still does. Because
Still, people haven't come round to that.
about 2 months ago, someone threatened to sue us.
Jesus.
He was like, "I don't have a problem with you, but I'm going to sue your company." I was like, "Okay, sure you are, but you won't get anywhere." Because everyone came out with this thing that was like, you can't charge 5p for a carry bag because it's free advertising. So you can't charge it for that. You can only charge us 5p if the carry bag is blank. I don't know where that started off. It was like some shitty tabloid newspaper. It was like the Daily Mail or the Sun or
so
somewhere
you
like
can
that.
trust it.
Yeah, so we can charge whatever we want for carrier bags because they're a product. It's like charging for any other product in the store. We can charge what we want for it
Well,
because
yeah,
it's
because
our
I
shop.
presume like it's not like, you know, a factory makes bags for like everyone. It's like every company has to like, you know, manufacture
Yeah,
their
we
own.
we get bags manufactured. We pay for the manufacturing, and then we sell them on to you, and the money goes to charity, which legally it doesn't even have to, because we can just take the money. We don't have to. The government recommends that companies give it to charity, but they can't
feel
force
like
them to.
The 5p bag charge is dumb anyway.
It
'Cause
is.
it's like it's
and
not enough.
It doesn't stop me. I buy 5p carry bags all the time.
It should be more than that.
But yeah, I can charge you whatever I want for a carrier bag. Not me like personally, but as a company, we could charge you £1 per carrier bag, and it would still be legal because that's like saying, so you buy like a pasta pot from Tesco, and saying, well, you have to give me this pasta pot for free because it's got Tesco on the front of it. That's not a fact. I don't know who started it or why, but you were like so wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just the people that argue the law, and it's like, it's my job to know it. I've been here for 3 years, because it's the same as like if you walk into a shop and something is priced wrong and you demand it for that price, the store is under like no obligation to give it to you for that price, but people will tell you time after time
they'll argue it
that
to the nail.
it's your legal obligation to give it to them for the price it's marked at and all this. And the way it works is like, if we sell it to you at that price and then we realize we've made a mistake, we can't do anything about it. You get it for that price. But if it's before you've bought it, there's no contract, there's no obligation, so you can fuck right off. Like the amount of people I get. There was a woman who was trying to get secateurs, which like the little like hand clipper things for like rose bushes. One of them was worth $15.99, I want to say, and she was trying to get 2 sets for £10 because they'd been put on the wrong shelf. So there was a 2 for 10 offer on whatever was supposed to be on the shelf, and she went, well, these secateurs were on the shelf, and I was like, they're priced wrong. Sorry. And she went, well, you have to give it to me for that price. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to. She was like, I'd like to see your manager. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing that I just told you. People don't, it's like retail is a different environment where just suddenly like none of the
People
rules apply.
suck. Yeah. No, like I mean, I've not worked in retail because like
Don't.
Yeah, but like I imagine it's quite similar to working in a bar where like I've experienced like people who I know closely also work in a bar and they just say the same thing. It's even like, you know, it's the same or even worse because people like just, they don't think, it's just like they are there out of their own recreational time, so it's like they feel like they're obliged to get everything.
Exactly. People are just like, well, I came to you, so you should give me something. And there was one woman, fucking psychopath recently, who I told you about, who had bought a lawnmower a year and a bit ago. Like it was over a year. And no matter what anyone tells you, you're not allowed a refund. Like you're not going to be given a refund if it's past a year. We have no obligation at that point because like you've had the product for that long. It's probably just wear and tear, unless there is a specific warranty on the product. And our warranty is a year where I work. So she brings this lawnmower back and it's not starting. And I go, unfortunately, we can't really help you in store. Here is the phone number of a local repairman who can sort that out for you. You know, he'll have a look at it for free and then give you a quote and you can decide whether you want it to be repaired or not. So she goes, nah, I want you to do that for me. So I had a word with my manager and he was like, yeah, fine, just get the lawnmower in store. We'll get it sent off for repair and then she can pay us whatever for it. I then like go out to the car with her and I'm like, so is it a petrol lawnmower? And she's like, yeah. I go, oh, did you drain the petrol out? Because obviously we can't take petrol on site because it's an explosive liquid that we have like no safe way to dispose of. And she's like, no, it's broken. How am I supposed to get the fuel out? And I'm like, you siphon it out like you do with anything if it's broken. And she's like, well, I'm not going to do that at home, am I? I live alone. I'm like, that's not really my problem, but okay. And like, obviously all these like side comments, I'm not saying to the customer, I'm not shit at my job, I promise. But so I said to her, like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Until you siphon the fuel off, we can't take this back into the store. And this woman is just like, all right, well, just help me dump it out here then. And I'm like, sorry?
What?
I was just like, excuse me? And she's like, yeah, just
psychopath
get the lawnmower out of my car and we'll just tip it down the drain. I'm like,
that's like
no.
So bad.
It's like, this is illegal for one thing.
Yeah.
And just like highly dangerous. Because like she wanted me to just tip flammable liquid down like a sewer drain.
Yeah.
And like literally later on that day, I saw someone I work with flick a cigarette butt down a drain. And I was like,
yeah,
if I'd let her dump that down there could have been like an actual explosion. Like people could have died.
Yeah,
like,
well, like depending on where the sewer was and where the petrol got to.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like it would, you know, if that happened, like if it happened to flow underneath your store, then it explodes.
Exactly. It's like, it's counterpart to terrorism,
But
being like, I'm gonna
it's
tip this
true.
petrol out.
But not only that, like I love the blatant disregard people have for, like, well, I want to say the environment in this case, but just like other people in general when they have that like sort of situation.
Exactly. It's like, well, it's an inconvenience to me, so I'm gonna inconvenience everyone else.
Inconvenience the planet by pouring flammable liquid into a sewer which leads to the ocean.
And this woman got furious at me. She was like yelling, and it was weird because like a 60-year-old woman, you don't expect to say something like
No.
like you suck,
Mm-hmm.
but that was what she kept repeating was you suck. Your customer service sucks. And I was like, ace.
Like, I don't know
Thanks
anyone
for coming.
else in the United Kingdom who says
No.
you suck like more than we do.
No, like honestly. So I was like really shocked, and I was like, I literally said to this woman, I was like, I don't feel any further obligation to help you. Like, I've told you what your options are, and now you're just being rude. So you can talk to my manager if you want, but I'm done helping you because I just like I've reached that point now where I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm a human being. If you're not going to talk to me like one, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah. No, it's fair enough.
That's what retail is, man, and people will sympathize because retail is just shocking.
Mm.
It's not a good environment.
The what was it? Was it shoplifters or the people on the bikes or both?
Oh, there's so many. I get threats of violence a lot.
God.
There were two guys on bikes. Who like cycled into the store. I was pretty quick on the ball, just being like, yeah, sorry, you can't cycle around the shop. You can leave your bikes outside,
Mhm.
or, you know, that's your option. You can leave, or you can leave your bikes outside and come back in.
Mhm.
And through like a couple of minutes of conversation, this went from me being, you know, you're an inconvenience to other customers, can you just pop the bike outside, to this guy saying, I've got a pair of knuckle dusters in my pocket, I'm gonna punch your face in. And I was like, yeah, sure you are, but you still need to leave the shop. Like, if you're gonna break my jaw, can you do it outside, please?
I don't
Because I've got a
think-
job to do.
I don't think I've ever actually seen knuckle dusters in real life.
No,
Like, I don't know anyone who actually has them.
I don't know where you purchase knuckle
No,
dusters.
I-
Do you Amazon order them?
I
What
wish
if they
you
don't
could, like,
fit?
call his bluff and be like, show me the knuckle dusters.
Well, I literally was. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, you have knuckle dusters. Great. Like, what are you gonna do about it? And like, he kept repeating that he had them and just was not doing anything. And it is the same with another guy who came in, who then tried to steal a bottle of lemonade. And I was like, what a stupid thing to almost go to jail over. But you know, I was like adamant that I was not letting him leave the shop until he showed me a receipt or could prove that he'd bought it, and he didn't have anything. And he got like right up in my face, like no further than the microphone is from my face now, and was like threatening to punch my face, and he was gonna break my jaw and all this. And I'm like, I don't care.
They're like,
I work in retail. End it. Kill me.
does the company not like have like, say something like that did happen and it like unfolded,
Yeah.
and the guy, you know, hits you in the face, do you have like protection from the company, like legally?
Well, if he hits me first, then I'm not in the wrong. I was
Mhm.
doing my job.
Yeah,
But
of
like,
course.
yeah, I'd be fully within my rights to like press charges and whatever, obviously.
Mm.
But I don't think there's any like cover. Like, I don't think I'd get any compensation,
crazy.
considering I'd be doing my job. I think they would not.
I find
cover
that
it, but-
like really scary, like, cause okay, say like like John's son Tom works in a bar, and sometimes he has to work like a shift alone. Like,
Mm.
like if someone came into the bar, like, you know, tried to rob it. If like, you know, in your case, if you know, there's no like secure cover by the company, like by the employer, that's kind of bad. Like, say something happened, the employee would have to deal with it on themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like-
themselves.
like managers are trained to kind of deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
whoever is managing the store,
Mm-hmm.
like in both instances, a manager came down while I was confronting the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that like in between space where like I confront the person, but before the manager arrives, that's when it's just like, I don't know if I'm covered for anything if that
Mm.
happens. But if a manager comes down, they just like, yeah, fuck off, or we'll call the police or whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't really know. I have never like, I don't know if there's a contract thing for that.
Yeah.
I should probably check,
I
but
feel like there should be, you know.
I just like really don't care though. I'm just
Mm.
like, yeah, square up, mate. Let's go.
But you did it's not all doom and gloom, because you did get added to a Christmas card list recently.
Oh yeah, what a legend that guy was.
Yeah.
Spent like 15 minutes trying to find out what kind of heather a guy should buy. I was like, I know nothing about heather. I was like, why don't you go and have like a cup of tea or something, and I'll go and figure it out for you. So he goes off and has his cup of tea, and I find him outside while he's like still drinking it. and I found out like what kind of heather he needs and the soil he should buy and all this. And he's like, "Oh, that's you added to my Christmas list," and I was like, "Yes." This like 60-year-old guy who came in with his like elderly wife, and I'm like, "Yes, Christmas card." I'm like, I don't even know anyone with a Christmas card list, but I'm on
has
it.
Christmas card lists.
Who even send like who under the age of 30 sends Christmas cards?
Families who are a bit too like full of themselves.
I'm not about that life.
Couples who
It's
are
like
like way too ahead of themselves.
Christmas letters as well, where a family like fully
Oh,
updates people
yeah.
on everything that's going on.
They have
I still
newsletters.
I
I
still
know
have
a couple of families who do that.
I still have a
actually.
relative who sends me them via email, and I just auto delete because I don't care.
Yeah, you're the I'll blurt out the family name,
Mhm.
or I might not, but I'll mouth you them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they do that.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares?
I know, right? I'm pretty sure they do, but they're like, you get parents who are very, very proud of their children. It's
Yeah, I don't know what that feels
But I
like.
love like, but I love like those kind of things because when you like make fun of them, I swear this is in something, but it's like, yeah, my son took a shit today. It's like, yes,
Congrats.
thank you for updating me. Do you have any more?
Nah, none that really need. Like it's all variations on the theme. It's just
Yeah.
like people threatening me because I'm doing my job. It's great.
Amazing.
Work in retail
Yeah.
on minimum wage.
Man, you still on minimum wage after 3 years?
Yeah, I'm looking for a promotion, or I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a tough order.
Ah.